How do you put your hard-earned money to work for you in the most optimized way? Where do you save and invest so you can build real wealth? That's what we're getting into today. Hi, and welcome back to Stop Being Sold. My name is Michelle. I'm here with my good friend Brian. And in today's video, we're discussing where to invest your money and in what order. I know for me, years ago, I was so overwhelmed by the endless list of choices. And I know firsthand how easy it is to get caught up in the FOMO and make money decisions out of fear.
Oh, the good old FOMO. Yes, it
Right?
is.
Mhm.
Going on 25 years this year, Michelle, with helping people build wealth. And I've seen a lot go right and a lot go wrong
Sure.
due to overwhelming and fear, and I also know a few tips and tricks from my own experience, starting out as a factory worker
Oh,
and pulling myself and my family out of living paycheck to paycheck to where I am now on how to easily order and accomplish financial goals, which I'll share today. So make sure to watch this video to the very end.
yeah, the good news is Brian and I have both messed up a lot in order to bring you the
Oh, yeah.
information we have today. Oh boy.
Many
All right.
times.
What? I'm sorry.
Many times.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. All right. So this video was prompted by a lot of questions that we receive on this channel. Questions such as where should I invest? Should I pay off debt or invest first or invest in a 401k or my IRA? Should I get a Roth before a traditional IRA? Should I fund my retirement before I invest in the market or vice versa?
Yeah, them are all really great questions and that consumers have asked us, and I
Yeah.
love it. And I guess the best way to answer all these questions is to break this down into 7 easy steps. So,
All right, so let's get to it. Let's start with the first place that viewers should begin. So step 1.
okay. Before that, though, I'm going to point out that these 7 steps may be in a different order based on your circumstance.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone's different. Okay. If your order is different, jot it in the comments below and tell us why you did it your way. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay. So, the very first step is to create an emergency fund. I
Mm,
firmly believe everyone needs an emergency fund because should arise like a medical emergency, your
right.
dog get injured or your car breaks down. Well, if you don't have money set aside, you're probably going to rack up more debt on a credit card, or if the amount is high enough, you might have to tap into your retirement savings.
Yeah.
Both of them, which will set you back on your path to financial freedom. The amounts could differ, but look at least having 6 months' expenses in this emergency account. And I know what you're thinking. My bank pays me nothing for
Right.
savings. That may be true a year ago,
Or
but
even 6 months ago, right?
yeah, or
Mhm.
yeah, just a couple months back, yeah. But we've had a massive rise in interest rates. Short-term savings accounts, Michelle, are paying 3 to 4%. They're FDIC insured and liquid. Make sure to look online for the best terms and rates that meet your short-term goal.
Brian, I think the key here is that this emergency account needs to be liquid.
Right.
I know that sounds people are like, "Well, that's stupid." Yeah, no kidding. But I know a lot of people, and I've done it before too, where I've locked up money for emergencies, but it's been locked up. And you have to be able to pull that money out quickly without penalty should you need it.
Right.
I've learned this the hard way when I was so focused on paying off debt and investing for years, and I didn't have I didn't have an emergency account.
Right.
When I needed the money, guess what I had to do? I had to sell stocks, I had to sell crypto, and I put money in my credit card. And it sucked.
It is.
Set me back years. Anyway. All right, so let's move on to the next step. What's our second step?
The second step and an important one is how and make sure you get the company match.
Yeah.
Okay. And what I mean by that is most employers today offer a 401k or a similar type of retirement plan.
Sure.
One of the best investments you can make is enroll in your company 401k and put in at least enough funds to get the company match.
Okay.
Here's why. Let's say you're 30 years old, make $40,000 a year, and your employer matches up to the first 3% of your income annually.
Okay.
And let's say you only get a 1% increase in pay annually. And at age 65, you would have contributed, Michelle, $49,992 to your 401k, and your employer would have matched it. At 65, which is a 7% annual rate of return, you would have accumulated roughly $394,976. And with a 10% rate of return, you would have had a little over $777,000. Now, if you don't get worried if you don't have the match. you still could have $202,826 at 7% or
Right.
$402,906 at 10% on your own savings. And the match, Michelle, here's the big key. It's 100%
Yeah.
return on your money. Where else are you going to get that today?
Nowhere. It's free
Nowhere.
money. Take it. Take it and run, right?
Definitely, definitely.
All right, so let's move on to the third step.
Oh, step 3 is pay off debt.
Mm.
And I'm specifically talking about high interest debt. I've got to tell you, some of my happiest clients in retirement today are the ones who focused on getting rid of their debt, and specifically the high interest debt like credit cards. Why high interest debt at first? Because your savings and your investments should be earning more interest than your low interest debt,
Yeah.
like mortgages or possibly fixed rate loans like your card loans. Okay. With average credit card rates moving well above 16%, paying off this debt first makes more sense. Now, we've had people say to us, why should I keep putting in my 401k if you have credit card debt? Well, if you get the company match, you're earning 100% return on your money.
Yeah.
Get the match first, then tackle the debt.
Absolutely. I think it's more important now than ever with as we're going into a higher interest rate environment. Get those credit cards paid off. And not just that, you said some of your happiest clients in retirement are those who work to pay off the debt. Try not getting into debt.
Right.
That's I mean, it was a struggle for me every time I'm like, ooh, I should go take that trip. I should do this. It's now I've had to discipline myself.
Definitely.
Am I earning enough that I can't, or is my income higher than my expense? And
Good
I'm
point.
always looking at that anyway.
Good point.
All right. So what about step 4?
Open and max out an IRA.
Okay.
And I don't care. You could do a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. If you watch this channel for any amount of time, I love the Roth IRAs, but
Yes.
your circumstance may be different, and a traditional IRA may make more sense. And here's how to figure it out. If you need a tax break today, fund a traditional IRA first.
Okay.
If you don't need a tax break today, but would like to have a tax-free portion of your retirement, fund a Roth IRA. If you're not sure, ask your tax advisor which one would be better for you each single year.
All right. So we've got step 5. What is that one?
Now, if you've done this, it's time to fully fund your retirement accounts. First of all, go back and max out any workplace retirement accounts you may have, such as your 401ks or other ones like 403bs or whatever it may be in place. You'll get the maximum tax breaks by doing this first before going into taxable accounts.
Okay. So what about investing in taxable accounts, crypto, stocks, bonds, you name it, things like that? Where does that fit in?
That's actually next on the list. Step number 6. Once you exhausted all other retirement vehicles, put any additional funds you have into taxable accounts. They're also called non-qualified accounts. In here, Michelle, you can invest just about anything. A variety of items like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, even cryptocurrency.
So I want to just I should have asked this earlier, but I want to just bring this up right now. So speaking of crypto, I use Bitcoin as another variation of my retirement savings.
Mhm.
If there are people out there who are, I'm looking 10, 20, 30 years out on Bitcoin, would you suggest that if that's part of your strategy to accumulate more retirement savings, that goes up on the step above, which is to fully fund your retirement account?
Just depends on, again, like we said in the very beginning, your steps may be different depending on what your personal goals are.
Okay.
And
All
so
right.
each person's different in this, but if this is just a general outline of the
Sure.
main steps,
Okay.
and again, move yours up and down based on your personal goals. So,
Okay. Good to know. All right. So let's move on to step number 7.
number 7, if you've accomplished all the previous steps, like in the first step, create an emergency fund. Step number 2, you got the company match with your 401k. Step
Mm-hmm.
number 3, you paid off your debt. Step number 4, you opened and maxed out an IRA. Step 5, you fully funded all your remaining retirement accounts. And step number 6, you invested in taxable accounts. Step 7 is to pay off your mortgage. This step may not seem pressing to those who are in their 20s or 30s, but it's an important one for those nearing retirement, because one sure way to increase your income in retirement is to pay off the largest expense, which is your mortgage.
Right. Right. Get rid of that burden.
Yeah, and think about this. Here's why. In retirement, life is all about making ends meet with the fixed income you now have coming in each month. With mortgages being the largest expense today, wouldn't it make sense to focus on paying it off before retirement? Once it's paid off, the income coming in would go a lot further each month. Also, you won't need to take as much from your assets each month, like your 401ks or IRAs, just to live. Again, these steps may be different in your specific situation, but how many watching this can tell me they would be worse off by following these 7 steps than the current plan they have today for saving for retirement?
All right. Well, there you have it. This is really great. I do like the fact you just, again, this is an outline. You can do it your way,
Right.
right? But
Right.
I mean, these are all very important things to get accomplished if you want
Definitely.
to,
Definitely.
have a comfortable life. And as I said in the beginning, build wealth, right?
Exactly.
Stay out of debt, keep the debt low, and also have money saved, and saved for now and saved for later. All right. Well, here's the deal. If you like the content of this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave us comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think that we should, how are you doing it? So let us know. And that's about it. Brian, you got anything else you want to add?
No, this is your retirement. Let's focus on getting you the best retirement that you can have.
Right. Well, in your life, right?
Yeah.
Don't be a slave to debt. Don't be a
True.
slave to what you own, have fun with it. All right. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.